Hey guys, welcome to a new series of mine where basically what I'm gonna do is a developer commentary of all my finished towers and citadels and anything I've made. There's a lot of stuff that I've made, however, I really haven't uploaded it for some reason. So I feel like a way to make that an interesting concept would be to, make my own developer commentary while playing through the tower. So that would be pretty sick. So the first thing that I want to show that I have built is quite a controversial one actually. Not a lot of people know that I've made this, but the people that do know that I made this either like it or they really hate it. The first thing, Citadel of 1 equals 0. Think about this Citadel is that it's an extended version of Tower of 1 equals 0. And it's in this fan game called the J2XL project, where everything is extended into a citadel. You've probably heard of it. And I think it's pretty cool. And I decided I wanted to make a citadel of 1 equals 0 because I really like 1 equals 0. And this is very controversial because there wasn't really a slot for it. It was more of just like, oh, the developers liked it, so they put it in the game. And some people didn't like that for some reason. So it's kind of controversial. It's in the game. It doesn't matter. It's a hidden tower, Citadel, and I'll show you where it is right now. If you go behind Citadel phone snapping, I'll speed this part up. And when you go behind phone snapping, you'll see this transparent wall over here that has Citadel of 1 equals 0 in it, made by Mistaken J. However, for my J2XL project creations, I have a lot of them. I will only show the new floors, okay? So, yeah, let's get started. So what it looks like. Look at the view. This looks incredible. Yep. Alright, I'll cut back to when I'm on floor 3, which is one of the new floors. Alright, we're about to head to the first new floor. So this was a solo project made by me, and I made this in one day, right? And I mean, I really think this fits the style. Basically, what TOEZ was meant to do was be this kind of really cool looking simple tower with a bunch of simple jumps, as you can see. And if you were looking to the route of progression is pretty sick. If you look at Space Needle of 1 0 equals, which is just TOEZ but like 11 times in a row, you'll see it has a bunch of the skips completely patched. And I think it just looks so sick for having no skips, and it's that like packed full of gameplay. I'll put an image on screen of it right now. I actually beat it 3 times in a row in one stream. The stream was 13 hours long. That's pretty cool. So, I took a lot of inspiration from that version, where it has a lot of these little glass walls that kind of separate everything. And I think it looks really good, actually. I decided to use the model of TOEZ where all the skips were not patched, because it would be kind of annoying to play this legit, and have to worry about doing it all fully legit. And a lot of people not really too fond of TOEZ unless you're an old player like I am, and I really love this. So it'll just be pretty boring if you have to do it fully legit. And there's a bunch of skips. Like, the tower is normally like 30 minutes long, but you can get it to around 15 minutes or 10 minutes with skips. It's pretty sick. So I don't know why this isn't fixed. It should be fixed. Alright. I'll meet you guys back up at the next floors that are new. Alright, we're heading up to floor 5, I think. Yeah, floor 5. So these next 2 floors are brand new floors, right? And they take a lot of inspiration from the TOEZ original floor 4 maze. No, this is floor 6 and 7, yeah. And a lot of these floors, they take some inspiration, mostly from these mazes right here. There's a lot of mazes. They aren't too hard to figure out, they're pretty short mazes. But I think that's pretty cool. So I guess I'll talk about some fun facts about COEZ, I guess. So my first fun fact is, all of the new floors songs come from one of Graceful Hobo's other creations, specifically the Tower of Ruthless Royal Architecture. So all of these songs come from the Torah OST, which I actually uploaded myself on my channel. There's a whole playlist of it if you wanna, check it out. So that's pretty sick. I just thought it would be, I would be able to shed a good light on Torah because I think it's really cool and I really love the music. So, I just thought it would be cool to, add some music from there to this. It honestly fits really well, I'd say. Now, another fun fact about this is that there were actually a bunch of hidden signs. So, in TOEZ, there's actually a bunch of hidden signs on some floors. So I was like, yo, that would be pretty sick to add my own hidden signs. But for some reason, when they, inserted the model, all the songs, no, not the songs, all the signs just kind of disappeared. They might get re-added soon. I asked Sword and he said he'll do it soon. I don't know when soon is though. Descending part. So another cool fact is that TOEZ got removed in Johto a really long time ago, right? Because Graceful Hobo didn't want it in Johto. But something pretty cool is that I asked the Graceful Hobo specifically if I could make this into a Citadel and have it in Johto XL. So that's pretty sick. So a lot of my inspiration from this, it's just other parts from the original TOEZ, like this little low roof walking sections. I think they're pretty sick. As you can see, the route of progression for TOEZ is pretty wild. You just kind of go everywhere, in between a bunch of spaces, under a lot of roofs, inside of these little glass cages. I think that's pretty sick. There isn't too much to note on, I guess. I like this floor a lot. It's just kind of long. But that's what I was going for. That's a little skip. But yeah, another cool fact is that in COOEZ, if you use any skips, you won't get kicked. Unless you skip the slide. Because there's a lot of skips in the original TOEZ. Like, I'm using the V1 version, so there's like a lot of unpatched skips that are very obvious. Graceful Hobo put them himself to make the tower less agonizing. And basically, for COEZ, you can use any skip you want. The only checkpoint is on the final slide, which is pretty cool. Speaking of the slide, yes, it is extended, and yes, it is very long. I really like the slide, though. I think it's pretty sick. We see like more mazes. Hooray! Good thing I know the route for all the mazes in this tower. Well, Citadel. I've played COEZ a lot. I think it's just like a really chill and fun and relaxing thing to play through. I'll turn up the music a little bit. I really like the music. Oh, yeah, I really made use of these glass boxes. There's 3 of them in total on these floors. Oh yeah, another thing to note on. Something really cool TOEZ did was there was a bunch of these little neon indication everywhere. And I just think it looks really cool. Like, that could just be me, but I think it looks like really fucking sick. Like, using neon little poles and stuff for design and indication at the same time is pretty sick. Anyways, we're heading on to a original floor very soon. This is the final part. It's a little maze. Yeah, over here. Now we're on the cylinder floors. 2 original floors and then 1 new floor. I'll meet you guys up there. Alright. New floor time. So the beginning of this floor, you have to redo one of the mazes from the old floor. Not really redo it, but a little platforming. It's pretty sick. This is my first time ever experimenting with this TOEZ wedge style. It's actually pretty sick, honestly. I think it looks really cool. Having all the little cylinders sticking out and, you know, something cool TOEZ does with its cylinders is there's a lot of these little, I don't really know what to call them. Like little spikes. You see those down there? Those are spikes, but made of cylinders. You have to keep like going on them each time. It's like a new elevation every single time, and it's really cool. I tried to implement that. There's one giant spike here, and there's some on the roof, like right here and down there. Some more over there. And all of my floors, I don't really have any skips. It's just kind of like a lot to do. Even though it looks really full, there's no skips, which is pretty surprising. It's pretty fun to try to skip-proof all of your gameplay while still having it look really full. It's really fun. Building COEZ was actually such an experience. It was so fun because I really loved the style. Anyways, we're heading on to the wedge floors. This wedge floor was really weird to build because the way Graceful used the wedges was so strange. It was like a bunch of like invisible corner wedges. I don't really know how to explain it. I made my floor relatively short because I didn't really know how to do it. I still think it fits the original style. Yeah. Not much to really note on here besides the wedge physics, not physics. The wedge design is pretty sick on Graceful's floors. I think I did alright. Go over here. And you're on an original floor. All the way over here. So I'll meet you guys back up there. Alright, we're heading to a new floor. 2 new floors, actually. So, another floor with a Tora song. So, these floors take direct inspiration from the first 2 floors of TOEZ, of being pretty blocky and relatively simple. These are definitely the 2 of the longest floors, though. And fun fact, these 2 floors use Tower of Ruthless Royal Architecture outside floors. So this first floor is the yellow floors from the Tora outside. And then when it shifts over to purple, that's the color. So it's just direct inspiration from Tora, which I think is really sick. I'm so glad Tora has been getting more love recently. It's been put in Caleb's Super Question domain, and a lot of people are beating it and making videos on it. Same with TOEZ. Adamir recently did a guide on TOEZ, which I thought was pretty sick, honestly. Anyways, let's make our way over here. This first floor is a little shorter than the purple one. But yeah. Make your way over here. I love this song, man. The Tora OST is actually brilliant. It gets more and more distorted as it goes, and I think that's really sick. Nothing beats the Tora OST in any tower. Unironically. They're so atmospherically pleasing. Nice. Now we're on, you know, purple floors. We'll still go down a little bit. We're gonna head back up to the purple floors though, so. There's a lot of points in TOEZ where it looks like you're getting to the end of a floor and so you just drop all the way down. I think that's pretty funny. Little maze. Yep, you see, you go all the way back down. I guess I'll give some little more information on the time. Not really information, but stuff around it. There's actually a staff poll debating whether this Citadel should be removed from Ring 2 when the new custom Citadel released. I'm glad it's still in game because it almost got removed. Some people voted yes, but more people voted no. And I'm really glad. There's only a couple people that I know that don't really like it in the dev team. Specifically Legend Air. I don't know, that guy doesn't like me very much. We're heading to nearing the end of the floor. Well, somewhat end. Probably like a good minute left, not even. Yeah, we're really close. Yep. I'm not gonna cut out these two floors because they're really short. These are OG floors. I just really like them. They're so chill and calm. They're like a really good way of ending the tower. With these little conveyors. They're kind of broken though. Well, they're working now. Have this a really cool little ribbon figurine. Not figurine, but like structure. I just think it looks really pretty. And I really like the song that they use. I've always liked piano songs. I think they're really nice. Really chill. We're heading to the slide very soon. The slide, I'm not really sure how long it is, but I think it's around 5 minutes or less. I'm not really too sure. But I really like it because there's a lighting changer at the end, and it makes everything go dark, and it looks really cool. You'll see what I mean. See how bright it is? Look how cool that looks. This view is incredible. They did an amazing job with placing this tower, Citadel. Great job making it to the top. Now it's time to go down that slide. Touch that oh so sweet blue glass ball to begin. So the slide is pretty interesting. Basically, you go in this really odd-looking ball, and you just slide down, and it's really cool. It's relatively chill. I'll speed this part up because it takes a while, and it's a little, not just, yeah, boring, but also kind of sick. Alright, I'll meet you guys when I'm at the work pad. And here we are. We're at the end. Okay, there's a bug where the glass ball will despawn. So you have to do like a dance thing in order for it to work. And there we go. The Citadel of 1 = 0 is down. You can see it far in the distance. There you have it. It looks really cool from the outside. I love this Citadel. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Guess that's about it. The next tower I'll probably do will be my very best tower, Tower of Cascading Uncertainty. It's whitelisted in JTO, and it's a potential Zone 9 extreme contender. Which is pretty damn cool. Collab with Watermelon, Simply Watermelon, the Super Epic Watermelon, whatever you know him as, and I think it's really sick. Anyways, I'll meet you guys again